So I'd love to walk you through a little bit about technology, if we could just load up the screen. A bit of background on myself. I'm Michael Healy, half Singaporean, half British. Been building apps since the mid-2000s. I got into Bitcoin in 2010 working for WikiLeaks. I built the WikiLeaks mobile app. Then the government froze our bank accounts, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. We were forced to use Bitcoin. Got into Bitcoin 9 cents. Also an early investor in Ethereum in the crowd sale. Went to BNB in 2017. I built a video conferencing app, grew to a few million users, which I sold in 2013. Worked for the third biggest VC in Europe. We were seed invested in Spotify. And now since a few years, been running my personal family office. And we built this really cool blockchain. It's called the Unit Network. And we think it's the most powerful tool for creating the token economy. We imagine a future where there's millions of coins and tokens, where the ownership of businesses is much more cooperative, right? You think of your favorite restaurant, your favorite hotel. You know, we believe tokens are going to supersede the concept of equity. So I'll show you a little bit about technology and walk you through it. I also have 2 QR codes, so if you want to drop me a message, I'm just at Michael on Telegram. Here, put it down. That's my Telegram, and then this is a sign-up link to Unit. And if you sign up, I'll send you some Unit coin. We're getting listed on all the big decentralized exchanges in the coming weeks and months, a month or two ahead. So I think this could follow a very similar trajectory to what Bitcoin has done. So first thing to walk you through, very simple login. We use email, password, and PIN. It looks like a Web2 login, but what this does is it generates a private key. So we think it's the most powerful way of account abstraction. We think this is what's going to get 8 billion people onto the blockchain and to use crypto wallets. Works in about 25 different languages. So I'm going to create an account. So invite my Michael.
So to be clear, this is one of the pitches. I know it was a little. Yeah.
Oh, I was on the
I don't know. Is someone running the timer? I actually didn't know it was one of the pitches. Yeah, so. Joyce.
Okay, here's the thing for the pitches. The pitches are 5 minutes each. Okay?
Cool.
So after Michael finishes, this Michael, all the judges are going to introduce themselves while we're getting the judges' sheets printed.
Cool. Thank you so much.
We got a couple more minutes and then you have to go to the airport.
Perfect, thank you. So this basically creates an account. You can see here there's 12 words, which is a secondary private key. And just like that, we think it's one of the simplest and most powerful tools to create a blockchain wallet. And this is where you can see different coins you hold. So imagine your favorite restaurant, hotel, your friends you went to school with. We think there'll be billions of coins. Every single business in the world, there's hundreds of millions of companies that will basically appear here in the dashboard, and you can get staking rewards if they provide you some kind of dividend. So let me show you how easy it is to create an asset. You just hit explore. We're connected to 16 different chains. So we support Bitcoin, we support Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana, BNB, Ton. So I'm going to create an asset. Let's say we created an MT, or let's say a tokenize coin. So for this event, it's a tokenized conference. Just hit create token, and then just like that, you basically create an asset. So we think this is what's going to take tokenization mainstream. We think that if you look at social media, people underestimated how social media would play such a role in businesses and marketing. I started one of the early mobile dating apps in the UK. We were biggest competitors to Tinder. People didn't believe that people meet each other online. Now 60% of people meet each other through the internet or mobile apps. So I really think this can really pave the way. So this is what it looks like. There's an exchange built in. So the unit coin receives 0.5% of every trade. We expect to do $100 million in daily trading. In the next 6 months, that's $500,000 in profit a day, which is 182 million a year. And then the unit coin we think would be valued at a multiple of that. So if you hit exchange, you can see we have a really cool Bitcoin pair. We have a USDU pair and a unit pair, and that's effectively very similar to what Uniswap is, or PancakeSwap, or Hyperliquid. You can easily set up a sale round. So if you want to raise some money using Bitcoin, you want to use Ethereum, Solana, BNB, Ton, Cosmos, you can do that very easily. So let's say we did $2. Let's say we sold 50,000 of it. There's a default 100,000 supply, but you can change it and customize it however you want. So here people can easily fundraise using all the different chains that we have supported. I'm going to show you what else is really cool. There's this concept of a bank. So now there's not much transparency in operating accounts. So if you buy into a business, you invest in it, you don't really know how well it's doing. Why this is really cool is you'll be able to hit view and you can see exactly how the day-to-day operations is. It's like, everyone being able to have full transparency and disclosure into how a business is performing. But then there's still the opportunity for fraud or people to run away or spend it or mismanage it. And this is where the really cool thing comes in. This is the treasury. And what the treasury does, it sets a lowest price for each coin. So now, a coin might go 50x. Michael Turbo was saying a project before went, I think, 70x or 80x, but it could drop down to 0. What this does, it sets a lowest price. So if the total supply is 100,000, and let's say they put $200,000 of revenue or profit into the treasury, now the lowest price is $2. So the exchange price will not drop below $2. And why this is important is because then you can value coins, tokens, businesses based on how much this treasury is growing. It's similar to how publicly traded companies work, and you can basically apply real-world fundamentals to blockchain-based businesses and companies. And then finally, you could say, what about governance? What else can I do with these tokens? So we've built a bunch of really powerful tools. You can use polls for governance. You can set up an auction. You can create a contest. You can set up a store. You can do subscriptions. And the really cool thing is most blockchain-based protocols or projects, only a small piece of it is on chain. Everything I've showed you here is fully on chain. So fully distributed, fully decentralized. I think it's one of the most powerful decentralized apps in the world. And I really believe that this is what's going to take every business on chain and allow you to tokenize people and allow a society which is much more cooperative. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Michael.